A lot of times I'll find the perfect diagram to use for my students that's free to use, but it's already labeled for me. And I want my students to be able to go in and label it themselves. Well, I can customize that using Teachermade to meet my needs. And with this diagram, I want my students to not only label each component of the animal cell, but I want them to be able to tell me the function of each of those components as well. And what's nice is I'd love for it to be auto-graded. I can do all of that and more using Teachermade. So to start, I need to cover up these labels and put a blank space so my students can label it themselves. So I'm going to go in here and add a short answer. Short answer allows my students to label it themselves, but it also allows me to provide the correct answer. Now I can add another correct answer of centriole instead of centrioles if I want to allow them to put either the singular or plural, and then I will click Save Changes. So that is my correct answer, but you'll notice when I go into preview, it does show up as blank for them to enter. So I can go through and do the same thing for all of my other components. Now, once I have all of my others ready to go for them to label, I want my students to also be able to put in the function of these components of the animal cell. But I don't have a lot of room here for some open answer responses. What I do have room for is a drop-down box. So I can use a drop-down box here that allows me to go in and add some choices for what the function of a centriole might be, like organizing the tubules for the animal cell. So I can add in my choices here. I can select which one would be the correct choice. Now, I wouldn't put letters, obviously. I would put actual statements or functions that they would choose from. And then students will be able to go in and select which function should go with the proper label. Now, I would probably be strategic about this and put a variety of functions from different components of the animal cell, so it doesn't give it away of what the label should be, but rather they have to label it correctly and then provide the correct function as well. And everything will be auto-graded for me, so I can have a graded document to see how my students did on this assessment or this practice worksheet. Nice, easy way to customize a diagram for the needs I have in my class and for my students.